Hello and welcome to another Nikke video. Shiftup has finally listened to community feedback regarding Red Hood, and she got some buffs to her burst attack. So I had to do some tests in the shooting range to see how well her damage compared to her pre-buff self. Please leave a like and a sub, and I hope you enjoy the video. Just like my previous testing video, I will be doing the exact same test using the same parameters. This video is not a test for her flexibility or how well she will work in team comps, but to see how strong her burst is compared to her pre-patch self. With all tests, I used a free Red Hood and did not use scope block for the first batch of tests. I used scope block for the second round of tests. I also tried to hit as little enemies as possible since I did not want to inflate her damage numbers, but unfortunately shooting range does not have an option to control the amount of enemies on the field. I first started by doing a baseline test to see how much her damage has increased. She did have a significant increase in damage, so my hopes were high for the rest of the tests. Next up, I tested for charge speed by having Alice and Maxwell accompany her. Having Uni on the team, her damage went ever higher with these new buffs, to almost double damage. I swapped Uni for Polly and tried again, two very similar results, a little over double damage. Still using Polly, I tried hitting multiple enemies, this time tried to stick to 3 enemies, and it net me a huge benefit. Her damage exploded compared to the previous test, to almost 24 million. After being done testing charge speed, I next went to stacking attack buffs. So I had Polly and Privity at first up to bat. The results were extremely good, leading to almost double damage again. I added Helm and Yan to increase the damage. Again, her damage was within expectations to double damage. Now, at this point, I have enabled scope block so every unit will be at max level, with max cores and skills. I did another baseline test then, again, trying to only hit one enemy, the damage did increase from pre-scope lock. I again ran charge speed with Alice and Maxwell. Having Yan on the team, the damage had went even higher than the earlier test, showing great promise if you managed to build her up. Next up, I added Uni to the team, and again, the damage was significantly higher than the initial tests. I swapped Uni for Polly, and this had given me the highest damage output yet at 30 million. Now, I am testing for attack buffs being stacked. So I had Polly and Privity join me again, and the damage numbers did increase some more. I also added Helm and Yan, and I coughed this up to being bad luck with hitting units, but it's still respectable damage. Thanks to Solo Ray now being available, I wanted to see how she performed in a live environment. Not only that, I wanted to also test her against Alice. So for the first round, I was mostly focusing on using Red Hood to see how she would do. Mind you, my Alice is pretty stacked. She has skills level 10, cube level 5, bond 10 since I only have one copy, and level 3 overloaded gear, compared to my Red Hood that only has level 7 skills and level 0 T9M armor. She's also cubed and her bond level is at 3. Red Hood did significantly higher damage compared to Alice by a margin of 55 million. So for round 2, I decided to manual Alice the whole battle to see how well she would do. I also made her burst first. Alice has won this round, but not by much. The margin is 33 million damage. So to get the most out of them, it would really depend who you manual, and they are both really strong. I just wanted to see what difference it would make in damage, and it is quite the significant difference. Not saying Red Hood is better than Alice, but if you have both, let's say you are eating really good right now. I also did tests with Scarlet, and my very stacked Scarlet took a significant loss against Red Hood at a margin of 73 million damage. Please note that Ultra has many parts that could break, which will lead to higher numbers for Red Hood. I also tested with Modernia, and she also fared less against Red Hood at a margin of 46 million damage. Lastly, I did one final test with special interception involving Gravedigger. I wanted to see how well Scarlet and Red Hood would do against him. Well, turns out it was a tie. They were extremely close at the end of battle, and please note I was also manualing Red Hood. The only tip I would give when using Red Hood against Gravedigger is to make sure you select another unit while she bursts. If you don't, thanks to her burst being zoomed in, it will leave you a little disoriented. Alright, that's about it. This update has given Red Hood a very significant boost in power that I hope will quell the complaints others had against her. Going through all these tests has now ensured that she will be one of the top units in the game. Very possible that Scarlet has now been dethroned, but again, all the top units are extremely good, so if you have all of them, you will have no problems with any of the content in the game. I would like to know your thoughts regarding her new buffs. Were you on the fence before, and now you are going to plunge all in? Did you think she was good before and didn't believe the naysayers? Scarlet fans, are you sad at the possibility that she will no longer be top 3? Please, I would like to know. Hope this video has helped you understand how much the patch has really benefited Red Hood. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up and a sub. I'd really appreciate it. I'm Scrublord, and I'll see you in the next video.